to start, one of the things that I do whenever I do a project, I either grab an envelope or a pocket. I am going to probably keep this pocket here. Just something that I can capture everything that I'm creating with, so that when I go to put it in a journal, I have it. So I have here onion skin paper. I love this paper and I use it quite a lot. And then I'll have like a glue stick, tape, scissors, you know, just general supplies. And then I have some labels here. Here's some vintage knockoff ones, and here are some vintage ones. So I just have like a little selection of them. And then I have this little Xyron machine that I'll run those labels through, because they're gummed, but they're old, and so I just like to start afresh. And so sometimes I'll run them through this Xyron machine too. So the first thing that I do is I take my onion skin paper, and I kind of am trying to decide what size I want my paper, my project or whatever. And so I'm going to do 2 different sizes. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to fold it in half. And so we'll make one that's about this size. So I have this sheet, and I'm just going to fold it to the middle, just like this. So I'm going to take my glue, and I'm going to put a line of it down the center here. Being careful not to get it on the inside of the envelope, because I've done that before and that's not fun. So we're going to just do that right there. And now I'm going to fold this up, the bottom, just so I can make a closure. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to glue this, but then I'm also going to have to glue the inside of this here. So getting that. And then I'll just fold it over. And the next thing I do is just grab one of these labels. Now these ones I think have there's stickers on the back, so you can just take off the sticker. And what I do is I just kind of put this on the front of it. So then I have a little pocket. Now I'm going to make another one here so I can show you. So I just fold it to the center. And they're kind of see-through, which is kind of nice. So whenever you have projects in them, it's really easy to see what's inside of them. I will stuff them in journals, and then I have a stash of whatever I've created to make something with, because it's nice to have these right at the ready whenever you are creating in a journal or something. You have them ready. So then again, you can like do this before or after, but you just need to make sure that bottom flap is glued so that it doesn't pop open. Oops, wrong way here. There, and then we'll just fold this up. So this one I'm going to make a little smaller, so I'm going to make that fold a little bit higher there. And you can cut, sometimes I cut like a circle. Here you can even use like a circle punch, but you just kind of, I don't put it too far in. I'm just wanting to slightly, and sometimes this circle punch doesn't work all the way through, but it will create like a template for me. So when I do that, then I know that I just take my scissors and cut the rest of it. So you can make that little indentation if you'd like, right there. I could do that with this one too. Let's see. I don't always do this. I do it sometimes though. I just never know. So then, but it won't cut all the way through, so I always have to take my scissors and cut it the rest. And this one I didn't get in the middle, but I don't really care. It's fine. It's just basically to hold my projects, but so I don't fuss too much about it, but there we go. Okay, and I just do this before any project that I'm doing. I always have some sort of pocket. And I have a class of where we make pockets. And the reason I started making a bunch of different pockets is because I get bored with the same kind. So I have a class full of pockets and paper projects and I don't know, just all kinds of things that that is great for this type of thing. And so I just, anytime I add to that class a lot, like, cause I'll learn a new pocket and I'm like, we'll throw it in the class. So that class is just getting bigger and bigger, and also has a bunch of downloads in it too for clip art. So that one I'm going to put down the center. I don't know if I like that. I probably should have put it down there. It's a little big for this, but I'm going to go with it. We're going to call it good. So now I'm going to show you how I make the big one. The big one I do the same way. I just fold it to the center. Fold it to the center. And then we're going to glue. You know what? I'm going to just glue that and that right now while I'm even here. Let's see how that works. Sometimes trying something new is good for me. I don't know how I felt about that, but I'll try that. Then I fold this up. And then we're going to glue this flap here. Oh, and we forgot to do the center. Whoops, forgot about that. Do down the center. There we go. And then fold this up. Let's see, is there any other fun ones in here? I was thinking maybe, oh, there is some cute ones in here. I like this one. Let's try this one. And I just get on Etsy and look at vintage labels and find labels like this, and then sometimes they're reproductions and sometimes they're actual originals, which I prefer the originals, but I go through so many of these. I bought some of these replicas on Etsy too, and I actually didn't notice that they were replicas when I bought them, if I'm being honest. But I think they're cute. I think they work great. So I have a bunch of pockets here, so I can gather. So whenever I do a project, I can gather all these supplies together. Like I can gather my pockets and then go right into my project. And it really, really helps to kind of contain things. So I do this all the time. And then I can like paper clip, like, because if I'm working with the same papers or the same color scheme or whatever it is, if there's a theme, then I just paper clip this together and I can throw it in a journal or in my Fodder Ephemera stash, and it's ready to roll. But I highly recommend being organized before you start, because then I hate whenever you go to find something and you're like, where did I stash that? Where did I stash that? At least you have it together, and it's not like one roaming paper and another roaming paper. Like right here, I have a stash of cozy cottages I've been making because I've been addicted to these lately. And I have a stash of them just sitting here in this bowl, and I won't move them until I finally get them in a pocket because it's important. Otherwise I lose them. I lose stuff like that all the time. So that's why I went to starting to use like a pocket thing. So I hope this is helpful for you to gather your projects. I always say this type of thing is a foundation lesson. Like this is something that you can use on many, many different projects, many different things. And so I always call these like foundation lessons. This is where you start, kind of thing. You build on it, right? So I hope you enjoy these.